What's up, geeks? This is 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗲 and you're back in Everyday Normal Geek. This time I'm coming to you with a bit different type of video, as probably you've already guessed from the title. We will not be geeking about any video game, but this time we will talk and geek about hardware, and in particular this little guy over here. SHH NEWT. This is the latest addition to my driving sim setup that I'm using on my videos and on my live streams. And since last year that I purchased the TMX Pro wheel, a good quality shifter was something that I was looking to add into my setup in order to be able to dive more into the immersion and be able to handle like the virtual cars and trucks that I'm driving better with manual gearboxes. So when I went into the market to search for a shifter, and I wanted a good entry-level shifter, ideally as low in price as possible, I was mostly between this one that cost 98 euros and the Thrustmaster 𝘃𝗶𝗃, which is around 150-160 euros depending on which country you're buying from. So I decided in the end to go with this, and I'm so happy in the past 3 or 4 weeks that I'm using it that I wanted to make this unboxing and full detailed review of the features and of my experience with it. So if you're interested in like updating your setup with a new shifter, if you're looking to replace maybe an older or broken shifter and you want something value for money and stay into a tight budget, then this little guy might be for you. So stay tuned in this video and let's check out SHH NEWT.
The NEWT arrived in a carton box. There was no branding outside the box, only a paper with the delivery details was printed at the bottom. Upon opening, the shifter is covered with bubble wrap for protection, and it seems that it's wrapped really nicely. The package was delivered to my place in Lithuania with DHL and arrived to me 5 days after I got a message that it was shipped. Overall, from the time of order, it took around 45 days till I got the shifter on my hands. However, I was well warned before the purchase about the waiting time, since SHH are overloaded with orders in the past few months. Throughout the waiting period, I received clear and timely notifications about the progress of my order, and in the end I got it when I was expecting it to arrive. From a first look, I'm really surprised by the compact size of the shifter, something ideal if you're like me and every inch in your desk real estate is precious. It's obvious that the plastic case is 3D printed, however the feel of the plastic is very good. It feels durable and quality, and also I really like the shape of it. It gives me racing vibes with the tall profile, the sharp edges, the black color and the beautiful SHH logo mixing together very nicely. I really like it when it is clamped on my desk to the point that I leave it there even when I don't use it. The package includes the shifter with the top plate, 2 plastic knobs, a 1.8 meter USB-B cable, 1 mounting option of your choice, and an Allen key that is used to tighten or loosen the spring of the shaft for adjusting resistance. In terms of build quality, NEWT has a 3D printed case. It feels sturdy with a strange but nice finish to it. Upon closer inspection, the 3D printing reveals its marks, but really it's something that is not bothering in the eye, as the shifter overall feels durable and has a sporty feeling. Apart from the case, the knobs and the top plate are also 3D printed. However, the parts that have to withstand forces from use are metal, including the shaft, the screw holes, the screws themselves, and the spring mechanism, which gives the impression of a well-thought design, with the product's lifetime in mind. The various mounts of the shifter are composites of plastic and metal with the same design philosophy applied, where all the areas that withstand forces are metal and only the covering parts are plastic. Out of all the plastic parts, only the knobs feel a bit tacky and lightweight, but the shaft comes with a universal knob adapter, which means that you can order any knob from eBay or AliExpress for 5 to 10 euros and give the shifter a more authentic feeling. The adapter means that any 𝗃𝗷𝗔 shifter for truck sims can easily be screwed onto the shifter as well. The 3D print obviously reduces the cost, but also offers room for easier assembly and customization. Indeed, there are 4 different colors for the case: red, white, gray, and my personal favorite, black. And also 3 different shapes of top plates to choose from: 2 H pattern, 6 plus reverse and 7 plus reverse, and a sequential one. The plates also offer different options for finishing, including a raw version straight out from the printer, color versions, and even carbon and chrome finishes. Personally, I chose the chrome one for my plate as I felt it creates a nice match together with the black case. There are also 6 different mounting options designed to make the shifter attach in various places, ranging from desks to racing sim rigs, and you can even print your own logo and text in the case of the shifter at an additional cost. At the base price of €98, 1 plate and 1 mounting option of your choice are included, but you can order additional mounts and plates for an additional cost as well. The shifter connects to a PC through a USB-B cable. The port is located at the left bottom side of the shifter. When the cable is connected, it sits really tight. There is no wiggling around the USB port, meaning it's always connected properly even at the moments that you will be rough with it. The only thing I didn't like is that when the cable is connected, it stays prominent in the side of the case and doesn't integrate with the rest of the device. SHH NEWT, with its plethora of features, packs a punch even when compared to its more expensive competitors in the market. The shifter can support both H pattern and sequential modes, and it gives the user the ability to switch between the two within seconds. Simply by pressing down the shaft, rotating, and then pushing the switch located next to the USB port, the shifter allows you to transfer between games and modes seamlessly. That is of course without changing its top plate, which requires from you to remove the knob, then undo 4 hexagonal screws and then screw the other plate into position. Note, the screws holding the plate are different size from the Allen key provided in the packet. The design of the shaft makes it really easy to use the shifter in sequential mode with the H pattern plate without having the risk of missing gear position, and this is what I personally do as I didn't order the sequential plate. Extra plates come with additional cost, and I would say that if you don't use this shifter exclusively in sequential mode, it's worth taking only an H pattern plate as it will serve you perfectly in both modes. 2 screws at the base of the shaft allow for adjusting the spring resistance using the provided Allen key. This means that it will be easy to adjust it to your likeness and get the feeling that you really enjoy. It also means that you can adjust the shifter to be tactile and firm even when you add heavier knobs on the shaft like 𝗃𝗷𝗔𝗲 shifter. In terms of software compatibility, NEWT is a plug-and-play shifter. The shifter is recognized as a USB game controller, meaning you don't have to install any drivers on your system. You simply connect it and you should be able to see it in the list with your game controller. Any game that supports USB game controllers should be able to recognize the shifter without any extra steps required. It's very easy to be mounted at the desk using the mount provided. The 3 tightening screws are providing an easy way to mount it and unmount it, and it feels that you can screw it really tight without damaging the structure of the mount or the shifter. However, the first time I tried to mount it, I could hear some cracking sounds without being able to detect any visible damage to the mount itself, even after many mounting and unmounting cycles. Once screwed in place, it doesn't go anywhere. Even after hours of gameplay, the screws are staying tight and the mount provides great support to the shifter. Even when I add weight by resting my hand on the knob, I feel that the shifter is secured and in place. When it comes to performance, SHH has even more positive surprises. Starting with the feeling. When changing gears, it doesn't feel like a real car shifter. However, this is a completely unrealistic expectation, and even though I haven't tried all of them, I'm sure that no shifter in the market, no matter how expensive, can deliver this feeling. The reason is simple. An actual gear shifter comes in contact with moving parts, which is something that cannot be replicated in a device that consists of spring mechanisms and buttons. With that said, when in H pattern, it has a very positive and tactile feeling. You will always know that you are in or out of a gear, and it's very easy to develop muscle memory for the H pattern, making your experience smooth. Till now, I have never geared in the wrong positions by mistake. In sequential mode, it also performs really well. The feeling is again tactile, the spring brings the shaft back really fast, and it never misses a gear, even when they are changed up and down in a fast pace. After almost a month of usage, I am totally satisfied with SHH, and I can say that it is an amazing option for someone who either wants to build an entry-level setup or replace an older shifter and remain within a reasonable budget. Having used it in both modes and in games with totally different demands, I can say with certainty that this humble little device has proven to be a giant in disguise. It never let me down till now, and it has given a whole new meaning in my virtual driving adventures, whether I haul tons of precious cargo or navigate fast in narrow rally stages. Of course, if you have pockets deep enough for more expensive higher-end products, or if you had in the past products like the Fanatec Club Sport, then this shifter most likely will not offer you something more. But at the end of the day, it can definitely deliver a positive and authentic driver experience. Also, the fact that its firmware is a generic USB device makes it very easy to use, with no additional software needed to run in the background and no compatibility headaches for you. It also means that no matter what set of steering wheel and pedals you have, this little champion will be able to cooperate with them without any problems, making the NEWT one of the most versatile shifters in the market. The only drawback in this is that being generic USB device, it is not compatible with Xbox and PlayStation. So unfortunately, that's not a shifter for you console geeks. So, is SHH a good purchase? It depends on who you are and what you expect from a shifter. Even though I don't have the experience to call it as the best shifter in the market, I would say that it is definitely the best shifter that 100 euros can buy for you and most value for money shifter in the market. To acquire the next product in the price range with similar functionalities and quality, the Thrustmaster 𝘃𝗶𝗃𝗲, you have to jump at least 50 euros in price, and when compared to it, SHH seems to deliver a better experience with its tactile feeling and the ability to switch between modes with the push of a button.
This was my review about SHH NEWT. Personally, I am very happy for the past month that I'm using it, and this is a piece of hardware that will stay for quite some time in my setup. If you have any questions, or if you feel that there are some topics that I left uncovered during this review, feel free to write me down in the comment section below everything you want to discuss or ask about the shifter, and I will be very happy to read all your comments and answer them. If you found this video helpful and informative, hit the like button and also share this video with your friends. And since this is part of my setup, I will be using it in all my future live streams and videos. So if you want to get notified about all the content that is coming on my channel, subscribe and hit the bell button as well and join the Geek family. If you did this, then thank you for your support. I was 𝗃𝗵𝗶𝗲, you were an everyday normal geek, and I will see you next time. Bye.